Hello. Can y'all hear me? Hi, y'all. ah, welcome, loves. Um, I was trying to share my screen and I cannot. My other monitor, I don't know. It keeps saying no signal, so I don't know how to even share my screen with one monitor. So that's how we're starting off, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it and have a good time anyways. Um, so not even gonna oh, I'll have to figure it out. Yes. So, but anyways, we're not gonna waste any time because I've been wanting to talk about this stuff all week and I just couldn't manage to go live. Um, so we're gonna start right off. Okay, so first things first that we're gonna be talking about is me and my channel. So if you notice, you should see the join button. I hope y'all do. I don't know. I'm not able to check either right this second. But if you want to support me and support my channel, please do become a member. I would love to have you and I would appreciate you. Gratitude is always the way to go. Okay, but now that we got that out of the way, I do want to talk about, let me see how we're going to be able to. Oh, see, I didn't know that. I should try that. Okay. But okay, so hopefully y'all can see that. Yay! Yay! Okay. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it work. Okay, so clearly we're going to be talking about Chris Brown and Chloe Bailey, who, I don't know, everybody's been in an uproar ever since Chloe announced that her and Chris Brown were collaborating on a song that is supposed to drop coming up. I think it's like next week or something. Hello, hoes be mad. Hi. Hello to everyone watching. Please hit the like button for me, y'all. Please. Thank you. I will appreciate it. And everybody has been in an uproar about it ever since. So we're definitely gonna get into that and talk about it because people just won't let Chloe live, and I don't know why. I mean, the hate has just been real on this baby for the duration of her career. It's utterly ridiculous when you think about it. I don't know what people's problem is with just letting people be great. Like, yeah, just let others be great, you know? And of course, we're gonna have to talk about her sister, Halle Bailey, and the situation with her man, DDG. If you missed that, don't worry. I'm going to get you all the way caught up about everything that's been going on because that got completely out of line too. But it's just a lot. I mean, the first Black mermaid, and we weren't expecting her to be involved in this type of drama, and at least not right before, especially not being right on the heels of The Little Mermaid coming out. Because is it coming out in May, y'all? I think it doesn't come out till May. But either way, we weren't expecting to have any drama associated with Halle, period. But especially not prior to that, when we've already had enough of that from the Clear folks. Now, Chrisean Rock and Blueface. First of all, Chrisean injected herself into the Halle Bailey and DDG situation with Ruby Rose. So we're going to get into that. But Chrisean Rock and Blueface basically caught a stray when they came for Chris Brown this week. And we're going to get into that as well. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Halle and DDG. This is okay. So for those of you that don't know, Halle Bailey is one half of a group with her sister, Chloe Bailey. And they both, after their last album, they while the group isn't necessarily split up, they did both pursue solo projects, with Halle, of course, doing the Little Mermaid project with Disney, which of course we're all rooting for and ready for that to be a blockbuster, right? And so we've been really excited about, unless you're just a hater, you're not excited. But everyone else is excited for all of the little brown girls that are going to get to see the Little Mermaid in their likeness. And it's all the way around just a beautiful situation. Hey, Tia. Hey, love. Sorry, y'all. I got a lot trying to going on right here. So this is my first time trying to do this. So y'all just bear with me. Don't be a hater. Just show love. It's free. It's free. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me. I digress. So Halle has been dating DDG. And for those of you that don't know, because I didn't know who he was, he is a YouTuber and a rapper. And salute Sense Edit Podcast. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Love to everybody. But so DDG is a YouTuber and a rapper, and I didn't know, I don't know his music or anything, y'all, to go into depth about anything concerning that. I actually really only know of him from his, I think it's his nephew. But he's a child, and I tend to watch a lot of YouTubes and IG channel. I follow a lot of channels with children because they just bring joy to the world. I mean, and I love them. And he has I believe it's his nephew, Woo Wop. And that's how I actually noticed him, and from his relationship with Halle. But I don't know like the specifics on him, and I didn't care to research him because he ain't my cup of tea. Okay, and I'm gonna get into why. Now, earlier this month, which I swear to goodness, this supposed to be a Black History Month or whatever, and this is just, people just can't act right, and I just don't get it. I don't know why, but I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So, Halle and DDG are in a relationship, and some people like it, some people didn't. Actually, Amanda Seales actually caught a lot of flack about it a couple months back, because she was saying that Halle needed to disassociate herself with DDG, at least publicly, and people were giving her a lot of flack about it. But, and while I'm not one to say how anybody should be in their relationships, I don't think it's it's really not anybody's business, the goings on of another person's relationship, to be honest. Because I know, like, when I'm in a relationship, I don't need any, you know what I mean? I don't care about somebody's opinion or what they think, type of thing. But this situation is a little unique because, like I said, Halle is doing the live action of The Little Mermaid that is going to be released in theaters in May. And, we're all rooting for her. And for those of you that don't know, there was a lot of backlash for her even getting that role, being a melanated woman. And so, and we're all rooting for her and supporting her. And so we definitely didn't want anything negative being associated with her, because the backlash from that was like severe enough, right? And we just really wanted the best for her. So I understood where Amanda was coming from. I mean, maybe she could have told her privately or whatever, I don't know, but either way, she said it publicly, and a lot of people got mad, but a lot of people also agreed with her at that time. And I was like, man, that's kind of messed up. But again, I didn't know anything about the dealings of DDG. Okay. I really didn't. Now, because I was like, man, that's kind of messed up to say that or whatever. But you know what? Sometimes people are not wrong. Sometimes they can see things that we can't see when we're in love. And I believe that this is one of those times. And here's why. Now, earlier this month, DDG actually, let me see, why can't I see my, oh, I can't see any of my notes. How we gonna do this now? What is we gonna do? Okay. Oh, I know. Okay. That's how we gonna do it. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. So Halle Bailey and DDG, they were linked romantically for the first time in January of 2022. They then made their relationship Instagram official on March 27th of 2022. And from that time on, it's like I said, people have had varying opinions concerning the two. Now, according to Halle, let me see something. You know what? This gonna be a little ghetto. It's okay. This gonna be but because you know what? This is a ghetto situation anyway. So you know what? We're gonna rock with it either way. Now, so y'all can see my notes. Oh well. Okay. So what happened is though, Halle added that she first noticed DDG online in about 2015, but they did not connect until she had heard his new music. Again, I ain't heard none of his music. And she said, I quote, I saw that he was dropping music and I really gravitated toward this one song. Coincidentally, he messaged me and the rest is history. Now, that's an important piece right there, that coincidentally he messaged me, because DDG has a problem with sliding in DMs. Okay? And we're going to talk about it. Now, again, as I stated numerous times, because it's a big deal to me, Halle Bailey is set to star in Disney's The Little Mermaid as Ariel, which is going to be in theaters May 23rd, 2023. And it seems to be being overshadowed now by her love interest DDG's clout chase. And his antics have her trending for all the reasons that she should not be. Okay? Everything that we should have seen about Halle this year should just been about being Ariel and the Little Mermaid and the impact that she's going to have on a whole new generation of young brown girls. And I mean, I'm an adult and it's definitely going to have an impact on me too still, because I've never seen a mermaid that looks like me. So again, like, he has her in the media for all of the reasons that she shouldn't be. And personally, I'm not okay with it. So the drama all began on February 7th, okay, of 2023. And this is when DDG took to his Twitter in a now deleted post where, to the public, it appeared that he and Halle Bailey were broken up. The internet went into a frenzy with speculation about the couple's status. And it was all because of this post right here that DDG had put on Twitter. And he said, all these girls the same. Ain't no way. Okay. And that's what caused everybody. And then followed by that, he had deleted his pictures of Halle off of his page. And I believe he unfollowed her. I think she unfollowed him. And so everyone was into speculating about the status of the two's relationship and everything. And from the sounds of this tweet, it appeared at the time to be implying that Halle had maybe cheated on him, right? And that's a big deal because let me tell you something. It's a character attack, okay? Especially when you're in a relationship with someone and they make a post like this, naturally, and especially, I mean, let's be real, this happens in everyday life, right? But especially when you're in the public eye and on a celebrity status, of course, people are going to come up with all types of speculation thinking that, you know, Halle cheated on DDG and he's saying all the girls are the same and this must be about Halle and now he deleted her pictures and they're unfollowing each other. And it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to attack your mate's character, especially publicly, or even do anything that would appear that way. That's just my opinion. But I really think that, you know, when we're younger, sometimes we kind of allow disrespectful things to occur in our with our mates because, you know, part of that is we just don't know any better. Part of it's because we're in love and love is blind, right? But a big part of that is we might not just, you know, we just don't know any better. Now, how do I? Oh, okay. So, since then, like I said, there was a whirlwind of speculation concerning the young couple, and it only got worse, really, once they realized that he had unfollowed Halle on IG and deleted her photos. Now, some people say that DDG posted the tweet simply because he wanted to bring attention to new music that he was releasing, aka a clout chase, which is also very inappropriate. Unfortunately, his marketing plan included publicly disrespecting Halle Bailey by leading people to believe that she had cheated on him in some capacity in an effort to draw more people to support his music. And let me just say this, because we do live in a climate where people do anything for clout, apparently. But again, this girl, it literally has the biggest role of her career. This is a huge project for her coming out in May. And if there was any real love between him, there is no way that he would have blatantly attempted to tarnish her image in this capacity. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't care what music he had coming out. He could have been actually creative, because this was not creative at all. And I don't feel like it was okay. I really, really don't. Now, let me see. Can y'all see this? Things only got worse, okay? When it was discovered that, here we go. Yeah, right here. Here we go. So, we can close the notes. Do that now. Okay. So things only got worse when there was a video that surfaced of Halle in a t-shirt riding in a car, and DDG's ex Ruby Rose, who also, you guys, I don't know. I hear that she's a some type of musical artist. I don't know if that's rapping or singing because I don't know her music. But she did respond and say that she called Halle Bailey the B word and said that DDG had his B wearing her clothes. Now, I want to say something, just interject real quick right here. It has not been proven that this was in fact Ruby Red's shirt, and we all know that it's not uncommon for millions of people to buy the same item, okay? But we don't know that was her shirt, but this is what she came out and said, and this is how the drama began to unfold. Now, once she said that, DDG then began to accuse her of being jealous and wanting him back. And then he made this comment that, I know it looks bad, but it ain't what it seems. Swear to God, that be just evil. Some people. And what he was talking about is because once DDG began saying that Ruby Rose wanted him back and all of this, she then came out and dropped this text message here. I don't know if y'all can really see that, but I'm going to read it to y'all anyways. So the text starts from him and it says, "You still in LA?" She says, "Yeah." He said, "Where you at?" She said, "Getting ready. How about you?" And then she said, "You hitting me the day y'all argue is so you, LOL." And he replies back and says, "LOL, you right. Let me go heal first." Now, I'm going to say this. Halle did come out and say that, things were good between her and DDG and people shouldn't pay attention to any third party. But I want to say this because I really hate this situation for Halle. Because older, especially women that have been through it, then you kind of know the red flags. And this is a red flag. Now, he tried to say that she photoshopped that text, but that girl didn't shop that text. That he did do that. And we know he likes sliding in DMs because that's how he slid in Haley's. Okay? Now, anytime a man is communicating with their ex, that is a huge red flag. Like, that's like, yeah, like, I'm not competing with anybody. If you need to be talking, if you and your ex got something so important that y'all didn't talk about when y'all was together, or after y'all broke up, before you met me, and it's so important that you got to talk to this person about it while you're in a relationship with me, that lets me know that this ain't the relationship for me. Call it whatever you want to, but I'm definitely going to be out on that. Okay? Because I just don't play those kind of games. And again, I know that these are babies, they're early 20s, babies still. And so I get it on that level. But the fact of the matter is, there's no reason for a man to be contacting his ex when he's in a relationship with somebody else. You can't justify that. It's just not. It's just not okay. And, once he began basically publicly attacking Ruby, that's why she dropped that, because he was trying to make it seem like she was just obsessed with him. And he had made tweets saying that she hadn't been with a man since him, and they were going back and forth, because then she came back and said that he that every time she did get with the guy, that he was basically contacting her and harassing her about it, which I also find interesting. So this little text that she did show, clearly they've been communicating through since they've been broken up, and since he had been with Haley. This wasn't the first time. And she even went so far as I can't play that video. She played, like, I guess one of her songs, and it was talking about how the guy is always gonna come back and sleep with her and all of this hoopla. And she was, responding to DDG. But here's the thing that let me know that way more had occurred than what was being said, because this one thing I know, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but even when you're in a relationship with a man, a lot of times they're not gonna even go back and forth, right? Y'all not, you know what I mean? They're not gonna go back and forth arguing and all that. You do that when you are in what? When you're in love, right? You do that when you're in love with somebody. My exes, if I could talk to them, we could have a conversation, but I'm not going to argue with them about anything. We're not in a relationship anymore. You're not my problem anymore. I don't have anything to argue about. And I might have argued and fought with you to get you to act a little right or change your little ways while we were together. But after that's over, baby, we ain't going to argue about nothing. We don't have anything to argue about. The only reason why you argue with somebody is when you're still in love with them. You're engaged, even you're engaging in conversation with them. Your heart is still involved, even, or flat out call it what it is. Y'all still messing around or something like that. Those type of things trigger emotions. But just two exes has been going on living their life. Even if they did see each other, they might speak, but it's not going to be like arguing. And this was public. This was all on Twitter, them going back and forth arguing. And I was hoping at that point that Haley was gonna come out and not be with DDG, but that's not what happened, y'all. They're still together. They were together for Valentine's and all that good stuff, and she's still rocking with them. And I can't figure out for the life of me as to why. I really can't. This was just bad all the way around. So that's how that story ends. She's still staying with him. She's still with them. They appear to be happy or whatever, but it's nonsensical to me. Just to be honest. Now, this is wild because then, as if that wasn't enough, right? As if that wasn't enough. Let me see here. Then we got Chloe, who, oh no, not that one. Oh, okay. I hate this with the one screen. I can tell y'all that, but I'm learning something. I'm learning something. Okay, so now I have to share again. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna respect the process. Now, how do I make this not be in here? Do I do it like that? Yes. Okay. So, the Bailey sisters have just been, I mean, all the drama this month. So moving right along to the older sister, Chloe. Now, Chloe, who I don't know how many of you follow her, so I'm gonna just give y'all my rundown on Chloe Bailey real quick. Like I said, her and Halle Bailey they are a group, a sister group, a duo, Chloe and Halle Bailey, and they both have pursued solo projects. Okay, since their last album, and Chloe has been working so hard on her album. She's went through so much to even get it completed and to get it to be able to get it to the point where it's going to actually be released. And she's finally reached that point. And I'm very proud of my girl. I love Chloe and Halle Bailey. I found them on YouTube years ago. They were both basically babies. And they would be singing covers of all different artist songs. And I just fell in love with their voices and their talent, period, because they also play instruments. And I love them. I love them. And Chloe here also played, I don't know how many of y'all remember this movie, but it was a movie called Fighting Temptations that starred Beyonce. And Chloe actually played the young Beyonce in that movie. So fun little fact there in case you didn't know. Now, like I said, I've been watching these girls for a long time, rooting for them, waiting for them to get to this point where they were actually grown women and, doing their thing. So they're both actresses and singers and, all around entertainers and performers. And they both starred on Grownish, which I love. Which was a spinoff of a show called Blackish, for those of you that don't know, if you've never seen them. Both great shows to watch. But yeah, so I was like really excited for them when they were made their acting debut on Grownish and everything. And I was like super geeked. I love it. They did an awesome job. And then I wanted more. I'm like, well, when is the music coming? Because they had actually sang the theme song for Grownish as well, for those of you that don't know. And so I was really excited, like, oh, when are they going to be, coming out? And finally they came out with their albums. And I was not disappointed. I love them. I love their voices. I think they're very talented. And I think they deserve all the good things that that have come to them. Now, like I said, Chloe decided they both were pursuing individual projects, and Chloe's happened to be an album, and been really, proud of her. I like the songs that she released so far, and but there was no full album. But I did like the things that she was able to release. I liked them. I grooved to them and all that good stuff. But what really got people have really been hating on Chloe her entire solo career, the entire time. Like, baby girl has anything she did, like people were like super critical of her. And now is no different. Now, this month, this week, okay, baby, she announced that she was collaborating with Chris Brown on a song that they are to release later this month. Tia, I don't know when that Aaliyah tribute was. It was a couple of weeks ago. That I don't know where it was. Because I didn't get to see the whole thing. I only saw a little snippet of that, to be honest. But again, people were hating on her for that. And I liked it. I think that people that don't know Chloe or understand like her range and her style, which is versatile and eclectic, they always try to criticize and say she's doing too much. And it's like, you just don't know Chloe, because that's just how she has always been. She's very passionate. But neither here nor there. For some reason, okay, her announcing that her and Chris Brown were doing this collaboration sent the internet in a frenzy. And I'm gonna be honest, I was really appalled reading some of the comments by adults, and especially the ones that I know are way older than this baby. And it was just out of line. And I was like, this is really ridiculous. This is really ridiculous, because I'm gonna tell you something. I may not agree with things that Chris Brown has done in his personal life, as I'm sure he wouldn't agree with some of the things I've done in my personal life. Okay. But here's the thing. As an artist, Chris Brown is that deal. And it doesn't matter what people say or how much they try to take that away from him. But as a musician, as an entertainer and dancer, there's nobody messing with Chris Brown. I mean, it's kind of like Michael Jackson, and then you got Usher and Chris Brown, and that's it. I mean, and Usher hasn't dropped anything in a while, one of his songs is like trending real big or whatever, or has been, because I always see all the babies doing it. But but I feel like, but that's just how I feel. I feel like, as far as male entertainers, solo artists, there's nobody messing with Chris Brown. There's not. He's a full-on entertainer. I mean, he's got the moves, he's got the voice, and you can say whatever you want to say about him. He be having some little bangers. He does. But I find it interesting, in which he spoke about it. And so we're going to get in. That's what we're about to get into right now, as a matter of fact. The fact that people were really coming at Chris and coming at Chloe because of her collaboration with Chris Brown. And I feel like, that was just wrong on every level. I feel like it was wrong on every level. I don't think it's right to be constantly attacking her. I mean, because it's okay to have your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all have opinions about various artists and things like that. So that's not the issue. But the level that Chloe has been attacked on is completely inappropriate. It's completely inappropriate. The baby should be getting way more love, and I'm very disappointed. And I was very disappointed reading the comments of people. Hey, Shy. Hey, love. Thank you. But I was very, very disappointed, because this is why. Because I know what it's like for people to be super critical of you. And I find it amazing that they really came hard at Chloe for this collaboration with Chris Brown. And I really didn't understand it, because I'm like, since when has it been a problem for people to collaborate with Chris Brown? I have not seen anybody be outraged about people collaborating with Chris Brown until Chloe. Now, it may have happened. I mean, I was looking to see. I didn't find anything, though, y'all. So if you know something, tell me something. But I didn't see anything. And I was like, this is really just like, people are really on a Chloe Bailey hate train. And that's really, really sad. Because let me tell you something. The last female collaboration that I recall, not to say that it was the last one, but that I recall, the song that I liked and listened to was Brandy and Chris Brown. And it was Brandy's song, If You Put It Down Right. Okay. And I like that song. I still like that song. And I never heard anybody give I didn't hear any flack about that. I've never heard any flack about any of the male artists collaborating with Chris Brown. So I was like, man, y'all really got it out. Like the hate for Chloe is really real. And that's very, very sad. Now, one of the loudest haters, and this really grinded my gears. So, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something because I'm really not a mean person and I really do love everybody. But this person that you see on the screen right now, she irks my nerves. She always has. For those of you that don't know, this actually, I don't even know how to say this girl's name. I'm gonna just call her Lisp. Oh, he did a collaboration with Danny Lake. See? And I'm sure nobody said nothing to her. And she's a colorist, but leave it up to people. So is Chris Brown. And so is this person right here on the screen. Now, for those of you don't know, she was part of a group called 3LW. And if older people know, like in my generation, you know who they are because this was when we were growing up and they were kind of a big deal. They were kind of Keely, that's her name, girl. Oh, okay. Okay, so Keely was the lead singer of a group called 3LW that also had Adrian Houghton now in it, and Notori Naughton. I almost forgot Tasha, y'all. Can y'all believe that? I was almost slacking on my pimping right there. I almost forgot Tasha. Okay, but it was Notori Naughton, this character here, Keely, and Adrian Ballion. And yep, which is exactly what I'm finna talk about, saying, because that's exactly who she is, and I don't want her to ever forget it. Okay. Now, little Miss Hater here, Keely, with the lisp, decided that she was gonna share her opinion, and I'm gonna be 100 right here. This was nothing but a clout chase. For those of you that don't know, 3LW, Three Little Women was the name of the group, 3LW, and they broke up. And Keely's here, mom was like their manager, and Keely was supposed to be the lead singer, which I don't know why. She didn't have the best sing. She's not a very talented singer. That's just my opinion. I mean, I like people that can sing, if you know what I mean, and she can't sing. Okay, she can't sing. Oh, she wanted to be lead. Oh, okay. And even back then, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, because this wasn't my generation, and I just never liked her. It was like I could just feel the evilness of her through the screen. And I did like the other girls. I liked Notori. I thought she was cute. She had a great voice. Adrian, also great voice, liked Adrian. Kind of followed them. Adrian ended up being in like Cheetah Girls and stuff like that. And then Notori Naughton, she ended up playing Little Kim in the Notorious Biop. And then her biggest role, and why we know her and why she's the biggest star of 3LW now, is her role as Tasha on Power. Yeah, these, like, because and you know, the whole thing is with Keely or whatever, is she always had this like stank attitude. She had one of those, she thinks she's all that because she was light skinned, and it's like, that's why I've never been into that. Like, let me tell you something, pretty is pretty, but beauty really comes from the inside out. Beauty is really how you talk to people. Beauty is really how you treat people. Okay. Beauty is really how you connect with people on a real everyday level. That's beautiful. Okay. And it don't even matter what the external package looks like. That's real beauty. Okay. And she always came across as one of those people that think that she was just pretty and all that because she was light skinned. And it's like, girl, you are not. You're not even cute for a light skin, if that's what you want to pride yourself on. But to add insult to injury, Keely here is a colorist. And it's crazy that she decided to open her mouth to try to bring up Chris Brown's past when nobody has forgotten hers. She threw a hot bucket of KFC at Naturi Naughton. Okay? That's what she did. So if we're going to live in a space of nobody can live down their past, we're never going to forget that you threw hot chicken, okay, at a beautiful brown girl. That's what we never gonna forget. So I don't even know why she decided to open her lisp mouth, okay? But Chris Brown had all the time when she did. So let's get into what she said and how she got checked. First, y'all, let's look at some of the comments that people were saying. One person said Chris Brown called asking for a Bay collab, and Parkwood gave him Chloe's number instead. Another one said Haley and Twitter beef with Ruby Rose, and now Chloe doing a song with Chris Brown. I'm so tired of fighting this fight. Another user said Chloe Bailey's management has no idea who her target audience is, and that's why they make such poor decisions and have her all over the place. The people who like her do not like Chris Brown. Whatever, untrue. I swear people just be saying anything. But another person said, Chloe Bailey making a song with Chris Brown in 2023, it's like she's afraid of success. And another person said, it's literally Black History Month and Chloe working with Chris Abuser Brown. We're finna get into that. Then another person said, if Beyonce don't come knock some sense into Haley and Chloe, either way, Miss Keely here, Chris has something to say about Chris Brown, and Chris was here for all of it, and so are we. This is what Keely said, whatever her name is. Let him come out with his own record. So genius. So captivating that it makes us all forget he beats women. He can't, so he won't. So what does he do? He slowly creeps back. Okay, I can't. Okay. Let him come out with his own record. So genius, so captivating that it makes us all forget he beats women. He can't, so he won't. So what does he do? He slowly creeps back into the mainstream by getting small nods for features on Black women's merit. Black women who are more talented, more worthy, but give him the okay. I'm swatting the effing air right now. Garbage. Puke, puke, puke. Girl, that's how we felt about everything you just said. Now, some people were here for it, okay? They were in agreement with her and her Chris Brown slander. But let me tell you who wasn't. Chris Brown. And I'm going to be honest. Now, again, I'm not saying that I agree with the abuse situation. I've stated numerous times, again, I'm always going to stand with women. I've been in domestic abusive situations myself. So I'm never saying that that's okay. But I do want to say this about specifically about the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation. Because I love Rihanna. I mean, If y'all knew how much Savage Fenty stuff I have up in here, I mean, I literally have packages of stuff that is not even open. That's what type of time I'm on. Like, I love Savage Fenty. But the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation, we all witnessed when we, of course, seen the pictures of Rihanna. That was a whole huge thing. It was a horrible situation. And to be honest, to this day, nobody really knows everything that went on in that situation but Chris Brown and Rihanna. Okay. And again, I'm not defending abuse on any type of level, but even after that, right? Because his career definitely suffered. We can all attest to that. He definitely suffered. He definitely, it definitely wasn't like a walk in the park for him after that. And it hasn't been since. And here's what I want to say about that. Him and Rihanna made amends, and they even got back together after that. And I'm going to be honest. I honestly believe that, I think they got so much backlash when they did get back together. And I really believe that the only reason that they're not together to this day is because Riri had to make some, career choices, and they wasn't going for it. They're like, no, y'all can't, and I think that really was the dissolvement of their relationship. But honestly, I think if it were up to them and everybody had, left it alone, they would be together. They would be ones that would still be a couple even now. I do believe that. But I think that there was just so much backlash that it wasn't, they weren't able to do that. So they had to go their separate ways. And Rihanna even publicly came out and said that, that she had forgiven Chris and everything. And a lot of people had even speculated that incident had started because Rihanna had, put her hands on him. Again, I don't know. And as far as I'm concerned, nobody knows, because nobody was in that car but the two of them. And since neither one of them actually came out and told us everything that occurred that night, there's just speculation. But some people say that, that she did put her hands on him as well. And so I do have this to say, though, because that is a very real thing. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of men, because can, have their reputation ruined because of things like that. And it's like that, sometimes the woman puts their hands on men too. Some women are like that. I'm not one, because I don't want a man putting their hands on me. But the reality is there are some women like that. They quick to put their hands on a man, and some men are quick to put their hands back on a woman. So I just think that when it comes to situations like that, and like in that particular case, we never knew what happened. But when Rihanna forgave him, I did too. I said, if she can forgive him, then why am I still gonna be mad at him? And I hadn't had a problem with him since. Now, granted, not to say that Chris hasn't had other problems, which definitely got brought up this week, because even with his relationship with Karrueche Tran, she had a 5-year restraining order. So let's think about that, because I've had restraining orders, and it's a year. So 5 years is a long time for a restraining order. Let me just put that out there. I know whatever she put in that to get that restraining order was a lot. Now, either way, I just feel like at the end of the day, like, let him live. He was a kid. He made a mistake at that time. And no, I don't hold that. I don't be like, I don't even, that's not the first thing that I think about with Chris Brown at all, because we're all human and we all make mistakes. And I don't think that the young man's career should have been ruined over that, to be honest. I think had they not played Chris Brown like that, he would probably be a mega star right now. I mean, and he still is. He's still a star. He's still, still Chris Brown is still popping either way. He's on tour. He's actually on tour right now overseas, sold out. He just won't. I think he just won't tour over here. But he's on tour overseas, and his tour is sold out. Been sold out. So just to put that out there. But so it's not that. It's just over here where they do this. And again, I mean, that was like he literally was a kid. But either way, when Kylie made her little comment, Chris Brown took time from him being on tour overseas and came back to, he said he had time. He said he had time. And this is what he said. I'm getting kind of tired of your broken promises. And he also posted a meme with Keely that said, "Stop it." And you know what? I don't know what it is about people with lists. And I'm sorry because I don't know why I keep trying to do that. I don't have a list. I'm gonna leave it alone. Shout out to Skull. Obviously, Chris goes on to say, obviously, you are at a point in your life where either you are very broke or broken. The fact you think you have to speak negatively about me makes you look so lame. Your life and career must suck right now. Minding your business would have been best, but I guess you don't have a business or a real job that makes you financially stable. I feel more embarrassed for you and your actual maturity. Okay? Listen, stop it. I'm never going to get over that. I don't know why. Now, I don't know why Chris had to. I mean, I guess because she shouldn't have said nothing. But stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm never gonna get over that. I'm never gonna get over that. I've been laughing for days. Stop it. Because couldn't you hear it too when y'all seen that meme? Stop it. But it only went worse from there because Chris baby got to oh, okay, forgive me for that. I ain't gonna make fun of nobody else though. That was inappropriate. That was inappropriate. But yeah, so Chris, but that's just where he got started because he wasn't done. Oh my gosh, y'all. I can't even, oh man, I didn't even get to this part yet. I gotta do this part first. I guess I have to because it just I was finna show y'all where Chris actually ended up calling out a bunch of other abusers, but we're gonna have to circle back to that because I couldn't even get to that because they didn't sat up here and they say Chris Brown is a colorist. Well, Chris Brown said he was a colorist, I guess, because he said he don't like black women, dark women. That he don't like them. He don't like dark women. And let me say this, because I don't agree with that behavior. Okay, I'm not saying that that's okay, because you can have a preference, but you don't have to, say it in a way or put other people down. Hey, Kenzie. You don't have to put people down. I'm sure, I have my preferences. There, I like a certain color too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a wonderful thing about us being melanated, that we do come in so many different shades and flavors, and you know, you kind of have a variety to choose from. But I still have love for everybody. It just might not mean, it might mean I don't want to, you know, I don't want to date, you know, I don't like. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to try to say this right, and I don't think there's a right way to say it, because I'm starting to question if I'm a colorist now. But I have always had a preference, and I like real black, like, you know, the kind like where you can just see they, like, you know, when you cut off the lights and all you can see is like they real pearly white teeth and then the white in their eyes. But the rest of it, you kind of like feeling like a blind person, like, where you at, baby? If they close their eyes, you don't know where they at. So, but again, like, I don't know that it's wrong to have a preference, but maybe it's kind of wrong to say it because maybe that sounded bad. But yeah, but Chris Brown has been, they've been on his head for a long time about the whole colorist situation anyways. Now, hold on, I'm gonna see if I can play y'all this. I'm gonna see if we can play this video, because as soon as I was going to IG to pull up something else, this comes up. I mean, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. It says, woman claimed they were denied entry into a UK club. Because remind you, I said that Chris was overseas, out of the country, doing a concert. I mean, doing a tour right now. And so I guess he went out after a performance or something. And they saying that they were denied entry into a UK club for Chris Brown, the after party, despite being on the VIP list. Quote, no black girls allowed, end quote. I didn't even feel right reading that. Man, that's messed up, dude. I love us. Just to all the melanated brown women, I love us. We the bomb. And it's sad that we get so much hate. That was hurtful to read. That kind of hurt my feelings reading it. But I don't know. Let me see if we can hear what they said.
Because basically we were supposed to go and see Chris Brown. Hey, my leg. We were supposed to go and see Chris Brown. We got there. There was thousands of girls lining up there, like thousands of girls. And they're not getting in. And we were supposed to be on the VIP guest list. I'll give you guys a don't go to fucking what's it called? Proud whatever.
They forgot to tell us black girls ain't allowed.
They said no black girls allowed.
They're literally handpicking these
no
white girls.
Black girls allowed. No black girls allowed. What do you guys have to say?
London, you are shaking my life. Yeah? Shake.
Chris Brown, what happened to Chris Brown, man?
Oh my God,
That's Chris Brown. He's always black. It's Chris Black. What do you mean?
If you don't laugh, you will cry.
You cry.
It's never Chris Brown, it's Chris Brown.
Real. Nah.
All the money that Chris Brown has made in
I
this
swear.
concert,
They only
buy me new jacket, new dress. You pay for all my Uber that I don't take back and forth.
Not pay for the Uber.
they're only letting white things.
Your body speaks.
I'm not racist, innit? I'm not racist, but
Your body lightweight speaks to me.
guys,
Oh my gosh. Could y'all hear that? I love us. Let me just say that. We are so beautiful. I love us. I love us all the way. But if that's messed up. That's messed up. And I really felt the girl said, if we don't laugh, we'll cry. So I mean, man, that is really sad. That's really sad. That's really sad. And wow. I mean, there's no justifying. There's no justifying that. I can't. I mean, I wasn't here to defend Chris Brown anyways, but I definitely can't. I mean, listen, because I mean, even if I don't want to be romantically involved with somebody, that doesn't mean that we can't still hang out and party and have a good time or have conversation and have some giggles and some laughs and some drinks. You know, it just means that I don't want to sleep with you or whatever. Like that, like I think that's really sad, and I don't know why he would be doing that. You said he's always doing and Drake, yeah, but that sucks. That's horrible. That is yeah, that's bad. That's bad, and especially right now, I'm really appalled by that. Like, I'm really appalled by that. I'm gonna be honest. That's wild. I don't even know. Woo. I can't believe that in the midst, if any time was a time to not do that, even if that is how you feel, now was the time where he shouldn't have done that. And if they are really putting that, if him, I don't care who it is, if anybody is doing that, like that is, that's really horrible. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's really horrible. But on the heels of that, I do have to circle back to Keely real quick. She also had a train ran on her by B2K. And not eating, and to be clear, Omarion did not participate, but all the other members did. I don't know how I left that out because I meant to lead with that. But so that was just a little side note. But anyways, this boy, no, he got some nerve. I can't believe I'm appalled that he would do that, y'all. That is ridiculous. That is really ridiculous. It's Black History Month, you know. Even though I don't celebrate Black History Month, every month is Black History Month to me. Even though we not Black, we melanated. You are a God. Remember that. You are created in God's image, specifically you. Yes, you. I love y'all. I love us. And you know what? He dead ass wrong for that. That's what I'm gonna say on that. He is. He's dead ass wrong for that. He have no business. He don't got no business acting like that at all. I love us. Anyways, Chris Brown had this to say though. He said, if y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my whole entire. I'm effing 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird ANs are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Chrisean beat the F out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay. It's entertainment. All y'all can suck my respect disrespectfully. He have to say that like that neither though. And then he went on to say, where are the cancel culture with these white artists that date underage women, beat the F out of their wives, giving bees The A word. Oh, that's right. They are your buddies. No more fake love from me. Stay out my way or get ran over. Simple as that. None of you, and I mean none of you, and can F with me. Well, listen. He is right on the last part. Can't none of them mess with him. He is talented. I give him that. But yeah, his character is all the way messed up. But he did bring up a valid point that and a lot of people were talking stuff like, well, why is he man, not only is he a mess, Candy, he is messy. Okay. But I do want to say something. He wasn't wrong for bringing up the white artist, because for those of you that don't know, it was actually on tape, the head of UFC, Dana White, getting into an altercation with his wife just a couple months back here. And if you haven't heard about it, no surprise, because it really wasn't plastered all over white media like they would have like they did him, and which I found very interesting. And in that video, his wife did hit him first. Dana White's wife did hit him first, and then he proceeded to hit her back, and then claimed that because I think they've been married like 27 years or something, but claimed that had never happened before. I don't believe. She said that too, but I don't believe that, because ain't no way you just act like that in public. She hit him, and she hit him, and he definitely gave her the hands. And what I find interesting about that is because I do recall Dana saying to the UFC fighter, watching UFC one day, and seeing him say to the fighters that he didn't tolerate, domestic violence, and that if any of the fighters were in a domestic abuse situation, that they wouldn't be able to fight and all that. So why didn't that hold for you as the owner of the organization? And why wasn't that highly publicized? And why does he get to go on with his life right now? Now that is where I stand with Chris Brown for like a nanosecond, okay? Because that just happened in 2022. And he's not suffering any repercussions from it right now. As opposed to this happening, what did he say, 17 years ago, and still being demonized for it. So I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that's real though. And same thing with the Charlie Sheen situation and things like that. Like, they still went on and had, careers and got, it didn't stop their money. It didn't stop their career. And not that this has either, because even though he doesn't, I guess, whatever his situation is, but people over here still support Chris Brown, even with all his messy antics, which have been many, because let's not forget, it wasn't just Rihanna, it was also Karrueche that he ended up abusing, allegedly. And dang, I was slacking on my pimping today. But either way, it was still inappropriate. Like, nothing changes that. It was still inappropriate, and it's not okay. It's never okay. But I also think that, we have to forgive people and allow them to go on. But I don't even know what to do with Chris after even seeing that video, because I had heard of people saying that kind of stuff, that he was a colorist, but to see them women and they saying that they didn't pay the VIP, baby, and couldn't get in there because they said no. I don't understand that. I don't have a problem with people dating outside of their race. Excuse me, y'all. I don't have a problem with people dating outside their race, but yeah, I have a problem with people that date outside their race, and then but you have like hate for your race, like that. I've dated outside my race, but it was never like, it wasn't like I never put black men down. I never put black men down to when I was like to the if I was dating somebody outside of my race, I still would never put black men down to appease them or anything like that. I loved who I loved, and it was just simple as that. But yeah, I can't roll with that. And I find that very disappointing that that's very disappointing that Chris would treat us like that. It's like you came from a melanated woman. Let's not forget that. Like that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. That's weak. That's horrible. And I don't know. I don't know why they I don't want to say I don't know why they keep supporting them, but at the same time, it's like, man, come on. Like, yeah, that ain't cool. I'm gonna be honest. That's not okay. That's not okay. It's really not. I told y'all Keely had this. Hold on. I told y'all that Keely had this whack little thing that she. Oh man, that she had came out with the other week, and Chris Brown is mad petty, yeah, but he went and got on her thing and said he called it whack, and then he put the choo choo. He called that lady Miss Amtrak, yeah. Keely shouldn't have said nothing. She knows I don't know why she decided to tell everybody that she got a train ran on her. It's like at that point, you might as well go back. Nobody wants it. And nobody, and it's crazy. But here's the thing. I don't know why Keely decided to say something like that as if we're ever, I don't know. Even though that was a long time ago when she threw that chicken on the Tory, still. And you know why I don't like her? Because I feel like she still probably be doing shady stuff to darker-skinned, darker complected women, you know? I mean, clearly, I don't see why she said nothing to Chris. I guess they in the same boat. But he probably wouldn't have let her backstage neither. Look at it. Am I being a hater? I believe it. She just, yeah. But he didn't. Hey, I don't know why she said nothing to him because he would not let up. But yeah, see, I feel like she was on a clout chase because she had posted this. I want to say that was probably about that was probably about a week or two ago. Because I remember seeing that. I mean, I skipped past it, but I remember seeing it. Look at it. I can't. I wasn't even looking for that. That ain't what I was looking for. I was looking for when he was trying to find Blueface, because when he said that, then he decided to come out and oh my gosh, Chrisean and Blueface. Let me say something. I don't hate Chrisean, right? I just hate her. I hate her lack of self-love. That's the only thing that I really hate about Chrisean. But otherwise, like I love her. And I truly wish her the best. But yeah, that's another relationship that I do not like. I do not like Chrisean Rock and Blueface. I feel like he is so disrespectful and degrading to her. Like any opportunity that he can degrade her, he does. Like the very fact that See, I told y'all. DDG and Haley was still together. They is. And ironically, see, because this was all going on around Super Bowl Sunday, and Chrisean and DDG's ex, Ruby Rose, went to the Super Bowl or whatever together. And Chrisean decided to inject herself into the conversation, talking about if that was Blue, girl, Blue is using you, and everybody knows it. Do y'all know that Chrisean Rock said that? Because mind you, she's definitely making money. She's the more successful out of her and Blueface. She's the one who's being invited to all the celebrity parties. They just and they don't want both of them. They just be one and one, and they choose her every time. Which says a lot. Meanwhile, do y'all know that girl talking about she got all the money going to an account. They have a joint bank account, and all her money goes into it with him. And I don't know why she's doing that. That is literally the hands down the worst mistake of her life, because he does not love her. He loves his baby mama. That girl with the 2 kids by him that they grew up together. Back when he was playing football and all of that in high school and stuff, he loves that girl. I mean, just on Christmas, because you're not going to tell me I don't see. Number one, I specifically be choosing not to date men with children, because I don't have children, and I feel like that would only be equal if I had a baby daddy too. And then if you got a baby mama, then I feel like that's equal. You know what I mean? But I feel like when you don't have children, if you are a single being, which means that as a woman you are a single being, which means that you don't have children of your own yet, and you're dating a man with children, I mean, sometimes it's really over between them, but I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, I'm gonna say 8.5 times out of 10. They still be messing with the baby mind. It be messy. They be still messing around and things like that. Or they still got love for each other, and they just working out right now because the dude might not want to do right. But when it all gets said and done, they're in each other's lives for life. You know what I mean? They have children. And I think that's like hands down the worst mistake that she is making in this situation, because that man went on Christmas and spent Christmas. Matter of fact, he does it really for every major holiday, but Christmas he went and spent with his baby mama and their children, and that's all. I mean, that would be fine too, but it's the fact that they had on matching pajamas. Now, call me crazy, but yeah, it ain't all of that. And if I'm in a relationship with you and we live together, there is no way that you are going to spend the night at your baby mother's house. I don't care if y'all have 10 kids together. That's just inappropriate. I mean, the children would have been asleep. You could have came when they were, early in the morning or whatever, but no, he spent the night and they wearing matching pajamas and taking family pictures. Absolutely not. I mean, it clearly it's okay with Chrisean, but I'm just saying, for me personally, that is absolutely not. That is absolutely not. Like, I can't make sense of that. I'm sorry. But another point, at this point, I really hate to even say I disagree with Chris Brown on anything, but I do agree with him saying that, that while he's still being villainized, that, Chrisean and Blueface are toxic. I mean, that was a beautiful girl that had all of her teeth, and one is knocked out from getting into a fight with his mother and sister or whatever. And the fact that even though she has a replacement tooth and she don't even be wearing it because of his insecurity, which is also utterly ridiculous. And I don't see how she does that, because clearly he doesn't love you. Everything he does is to try to humiliate you. I mean, her tooth was missing for a long time before they even went and got the replacement tooth. And even since she got it, I think I've seen her wear that replacement tooth all of like 2 times. And that's the honest to goodness truth, because every time I see her, that tooth is not in there. And I remember it was like one of their lives or something, and she's like, you want me to take it out? I'll take it out, daddy. I can't, you know what? Soon as I hear certain women saying daddy, I know all their brain cells is gone. I really do. And she's one of them. Hold on, y'all, because I want to play this video. Look, even though I can't stand him. Oh. Oh, hold on. I found it. Goodness gracious. All right. But here go Blueface's stupid response. I can't stand. I ain't no hater, but I can't stand him, y'all. I can't stand him.
Yeah, beat the Yaki. What's happening? Look, check it out. I understand the frustration, fool. You know, for me being in the situation, I'm not even gonna trip on you because the message you trying to send is way off. I get it, you know. It's funny. I hit her back. It's face, so I totally get it. That'll be the most irritating thing ever. But you gotta play the cards that you was dealt. You on some, but they did it too. Why aren't you guys telling them anything? And it's like, bro, life don't work like that, man. You know, if we all go do a crime together, we're not all gonna get the same time together. You hear me? You might get the most amount of time. We might not all say nothing, but we all went and did the crime, so we got to take the time. You hear me? You want some? You guys are gonna give me the most time, but they did it too. Like, judge, sentence.
You know what? But I cannot stand. Oh my gosh, I can't. Like, when I tell you I can't stand Blueface, I can't stand him. Even that whole, everything he just said there was just stupid. That's what it was. It was stupid. It was so stupid. Oh my gosh. But I wanted to share that because one person made a comment, and she said he missed the point, and a lot of y'all have, I fear. Chris isn't saying, well, what about them too? He's saying if y'all can indulge in domestic violence for entertainment purposes, then it should be easy for y'all to actually let him grow from the things he did when he was 17. And if you can't let him grow, then hold everyone guilty of the same crime accountable if it's really about good or evil. And I agree wholeheartedly. And because, like I said, I can't at this point I can't I can't defend Chris Brown. It was never, which I was never in danger of doing anyways. But what I'm saying is, hey DJ, but I understand where I agree with that, and I think that that poster, I feel like just what they said. I think that's more so what it's about. Like, if you're gonna say that, put it on him like that, then how is it that we literally, they have a whole I haven't watched it, but I hear it's a lot of people's guilty pleasure. But Chrisean Rock and Blue have a show on Zeus Network, and there's been lots of domestic violence occurrences in there. So yeah. girl, but and not surprising because I mean, not to bang on football players because I did know some smart ones. I ain't seeing all that, but I can believe. I'm just saying, all of them don't be the, all them athletes don't be the smartest. But yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I only know one song by Blueface. I only heard of one song by Blueface. That's it. And I guess he was the one who did the Tatiana, but that's like the only song that I know by him. Yeah, so but on a larger scale, I don't agree with that. And I really can't stand Blueface. I mean, actually, even which they have been physical and understandable because Chrisean is very vocal about the fact that she is quick to go upside his head. But in all fairness and in defense for Chrisean Rock, I understand because I don't think that I could. I mean, I don't know. I think being in a relationship with a person like that, it probably would cause you to act outside of yourself and put your hands on him. Because I don't even know him, and I literally be trying to skip past every time I see them posting about. I just try to escape past it because every time he open his mouth, I low-key want to put hands on him too. I mean, I don't put my hands on men, but I'm just saying I be thinking about it. So I do understand. I sympathize with Chrisean there. But either way, yeah, their whole relationship is toxic and a hot ass mess. And what I was gonna say is outside of the physical element, he literally verbally degrades her all of the time. And I mean all of the time. Even when she interjected herself in the Halle Bailey, DDG, and Ruby Rose situation, he came out and was tweeting things like, put one dumb B with another dumb B and that make two dumb B's, things like that. Like, he's always calling her out her name. He's even in that video that we just showed, it's actually longer, but I just I can't take. I played what I could take, okay? Because I really can't take him. Like, his voice, like, everything that comes out of his mouth, like, really irks my nerves. I don't know who irks my nerves worse, him or Keely. Actually, they like the same. Yep, they like the same. You know how you just, some people would just, like, instantly put you in, like, a low vibration? They would be it. But, yeah, it's like, but the way he even verbally disrespects her, degrades her is like disgusting and like ilk. It's just like ilk. I really wish that ilk. It's just like ilk. I really wish that she would get away from him, but she won't. Not right now or whatever. But ilk. Just ilk. But yeah, so my thoughts on the whole thing is like this is I thought this month was supposed to be about love of us as melanated people, love of us, each other, love of ourselves. And I'm just wondering throughout this whole thing, like, where is the love? Everything about all of these couples, it was just toxic. Only one who and thank goodness Chloe is single and yeah, so she's not in a toxic situation, but she was having it because y'all know she was dating Gunner, which she definitely couldn't go back to even when he got out because now he is snitched, so that would have been all bad too. Hey, Sid.
Hey, boo. Oh my goodness, girl. I had to as soon as you dropped that link, I said, baby, because you already know, honey. I mean, I love me some Chris Breezy, but I don't blame you with Blueface. I can't stand him. He's just so arrogant and he just does the most. And like you said, see, Chrisean got all the money. It's all her that's really, and I really hate the fact that she even trying to have a baby by him. Like, that's what
I think that I don't think maybe I think she was just maybe saying that. I don't know.
I think that she's really trying to have a baby by him.
It will not be good.
It won't. And I hate that for her.
A child definitely doesn't need to be in a toxic situation like that.
No.
That's what's wrong with a lot of people right now. That when they were children, it was one or two ways. Either you got to see your parents be
in a toxic relationship, or you got to see your parents good.
And they loved each other and respected each other, and type of thing. But that's what's wrong with a lot of people now, that they grew up in toxic environments. So when they get older, they think that that's like normal. Like a lot of guys that saw their mothers getting hit on, knowing that it didn't feel good to them to see that, right?
Yeah.
And then they grow up, and here they are putting the paw
their hands on their women. And
I don't agree with domestic violence. I don't agree with no woman being hit except for Cream. But
oh God.
It's okay. I can't help it. I didn't act it up the whole time anyway.
I needed that laugh, honey.
I acted up the whole time anyway.
Oh shoot. That was funny.
Don't no woman deserve it but her. No. No, but for real, especially since she tried to do all that lying about it, like, girl, no.
Yeah. A lot of lying.
Yeah. Like people like that deserve it. So what did you think? So what did you think about everything I didn't ram my mouth about today?
So I was been listening. I was in the chat, and I want to go back to Drake and Chris Breezy, because I do love me some Chris Breezy, and I love Mr. Drake, and I'm gonna tell you, they've been doing this for a long time with their little after parties. Even they video, remember they song that they did together, Drake and Chris Breezy. If you go back and pay attention to their video, they were so much saying then that they only allowed us certain type of color, because it's a skit in the beginning, I think, of the video, where these two dark girls are trying to get in and they're not able to get in, but they letting the other light skinned mixed girls in. Yeah, that's part of that's how they always that's what they do.
That's absurd.
That
is up. I mean, I never seen it. I mean, I don't be listening to the all these people music like that, but yeah, so I never seen that, but that is utterly absurd. But Drake came from a clear woman, though, didn't he? Is his mom clear?
His mama is Caucasian.
Yeah, so
so that's, and then you got to think about that, and then look at Chris Brown, his kids. You know what I'm saying? Look, he went and found a mixed baby mama for both his kids.
And again, I don't have a problem. See, here's my thing, though. I don't have a problem with people having a preference.
I don't have a problem either, because to be honest, I have a preference in men, but it's not color. It's the height.
Character.
It's the height. I don't want no short man. Let me tell you my preference. If I have to put on my heels and I'm taller than the man, then I'm not going to be attracted to him. That's a turn off for me. That's like a big major turn off for me.
You said you don't want no short man.
I don't want no short syndrome man. I don't want no
But
I want a man. I want a tall man. I want a man that when I put my heels on, he's still taller than I am. And I'm like 5'6". I'm like 5'6.5". Like I need a man like by 6'2". When I put my heels on, you know what I'm saying, I'm about 5'7". So I need a man with, tall. When I put my heels on, you know what I'm saying, he's still looking good, tall, swagged out, I don't want no little old short man that when I put my heels on, I gotta wear some kitty heels.
See, I'm gonna be honest with the short man thing. I don't like little guys either. And I'm only 5'1", and for whatever reason, little guys they always will be approaching me thinking like that we'll be a cute couple. And I'm like, to who? Like when I see two little people together, I do be thinking like, oh, they cute. That's cute for her, if you like it. But what for me?
Right.
Yeah, I don't like little tiny men either. And they always be the ones that will be having a crush on me. I swear to goodness.
I know.
So
I be having them approaching me too, and I'll be like, oh, and then I stand on the side, be like, you know what, go on, little boy.
See, I was just gonna get to that because I swear to goodness, years ago I was working. This when I lived in Georgia, I was working at Sprint, and I remember this little. Oh, God bless his heart. I'm sure he's happily married and probably got some little cute little babies or something. But he was always trying to get with me, girl, and he was so little, and it was like I was like, and one day he approached me to ask me, try to ask me to go out with him, and I just kept cutting him off because I already knew what was coming, and I didn't want to really hurt his feelings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would call him Baby Gap. And so there was no way.
Oh, that Baby Gap.
I would call him Baby Gap, and I'm telling you, there is no way that we would have been able to be in a relationship because I'm like, the respect level just wouldn't have been there. Now, men that are always the men that tend to like me that end up in a relationship with usually be about 6'1", 6'2". That's just how it be working out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole little man, no.
Yeah. Nene said one of her ex-boyfriends is tall. I'm telling you, Nene, baby, I don't like them short men. And then why the short men be having they the one be so arrogant to be narcissist and have the biggest ego, be like, if you don't sit your little ass down.
But yeah, exactly. But it's the short people. That's like a thing with short people because I had to it's like you littler than everybody else, and I think it always kind of puts you on edge a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I think they be intimidated.
They do, and that's the one thing about me being as little as I am, I can honestly say I didn't have that problem because when I was a child, I like the height that even though I'm a little adult and I'm only 5'1", but I wanted to be like this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be tall. Like when I was little, I didn't ever have that wish of being like one of the tall girls. I was always comfortable with being a little woman. And I like it. It works for me. Yeah. I'm not intimidated by tall women and things like that. It's just like, you bigger than me. I don't care. And I'm not bothered by that. You big, I'm little, do you. But yeah, no. But I think it's okay to have preferences. I think
so too. I think that's part
I don't
of
like brown
standards, don't you?
I don't like brown skin. Like I like real dark. But I don't like the shades that come right before them, those deep dark browns. I just don't like them. I just don't be trusting them.
I think that having a preference is just a part of setting standards.
But I don't think that means I got to be nasty to anybody else. I
don't think so either. Right.
Past them. And then I'm like, and with the Chris Brown and Drake thing, it's like, is it because these are only because the only women that are allowed into the party is because you're sleeping with them all, or like?
Yeah, so that's it. That's what I was going with that. So that's all a part of why they, have their preference of who coming in. Because keep in mind, we're talking about the after parties now. We're not talking about the actual concerts. These are the after parties. So they have a preference of who they can invite to these after parties. So what I have seen in the past between Chris Brown and Drake, and it's allegedly, but this is not alleged because like I said, you can even go to their video together and you'll see even in selecting the people or the women to be in their videos, they have a preference, and it's not the dark-skinned girls.
Well,
they'll choose the lighter skinned girls for the after parties.
Well, for the darker skinned women, at some point, I mean, I'm just saying, for me personally, I wouldn't be spending my money to go. You know, if I knew they felt like that, then it's like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna give you my money for a concert ticket, or I'm not gonna be paying to try to come out to the after party or anything like that to get on VIP, because I'm sure they had to pay for that or something.
Exactly, they did, and that's why those girls were saying like they had to try to, laugh to keep from crying, because we don't even know the sacrifice that them girls had to make to get those tickets, backstage pass or whatever.
They were also beautiful though, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
they were also beautiful. Yeah, that's
like a blow to their self-esteem. Also, it
was a blow to my self-esteem too. I don't like us being rejected in any capacity.
Right.
Like, I love us. And that's not cool.
It's not.
Yeah, but but my hope for, the darker complected women, like, stop giving them your money. That's not making sense to me. Because you're saying that this like common knowledge, that they feel this way. It's like, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, this is not a secret.
Money with them.
Yeah, it's not a secret. It's not a secret at all. And this has been going on. I know since when I heard about it, it was like about 2 years ago. And so I no telling how long it's been going on even prior to 2 years. I've just found out 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When they did their song together.
So I never even heard they love song.
Yes, you have. You just didn't probably
know it.
It was them. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you the name of it now. Wait a minute, let me see.
Yeah, I just hope that they
guidance. It's guidance. Guidance. Remember, no guidance.
Oh, guidance.
No guidance. Remember, that's their song together.
Oh, okay.
Remember that song?
But
yes, you do. Oh, yes, you watch. Listen. Wait a minute. Check it out.
You can't play that.
No, I'm just gonna do a snip. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do. Yeah, but when you get off of here, pull up No Guidance, and then you're here.
Well, I don't want to give them no view. I feel like, I'm good. I'm good on that. I think that's foul. That's like racism to me. That's how it made me feel. And it didn't even happen to me. Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay at all.
Yes, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't condone the domestic violence stuff either.
No, I don't either. I don't support. All make mistakes.
Yeah, we do. You know what I'm saying? But even in the Chris Brown situation, because I'm a huge fan of his, and even when the situation went down with him and Rihanna, and I know that you were speaking on that, and going back to that, I feel like he was provoked. And it's allegedly, but based off of, when it all was said and done and came out, that she had hit him first, and she did admit to that. So, now did he justify or give him a right to do what he did back to her? No, it did not. But at the same time, that's why, as women, we're not supposed to be trying to put our hand on the man. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of women, they do that. They provoke men. They say things, they do things to try to get that man attention, and to make him strike her, so they know what buttons to push. We know what buttons to push to get a man to do things, just like they know the buttons to push to aggravate us. Exactly.
But still, yeah, I don't feel like it's
exactly, Tia.
Yes,
you got a real smart. I mean, I'm talking about, baby. When I say that mouth, that mouth of hers is real slick. And so just imagine, and she's not from the U.S., so she's from another country. So just imagine, she has an accent, and she's got the slick mouth, and she got them hands with that slick mouth. Don't get it twisted. And she got them hands with that slick mouth. And that's exactly what transpired that night. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly, like you said, what happened in that car, but we do know she got slick at the mouth and popped him first, allegedly.
She definitely has a smart mouth. Do y'all remember years ago? Because she's a lot less vocal as of late, but back in the day, Rihanna used to be going off on people on Twitter, like say something about her, say something, get on her.
She's calmed down a lot. Yeah.
A lot. Well, I don't know, cause baby, when they came, let's talk about it.
With that baby, with her son.
Yes, because Rihanna did a Vogue shoot, her, ASAP Rocky, and their beautiful baby, and she posted, my son so fine, I don't care, and how crazy both of my babies were in these photos, and mommy had no clue, which that's super cute. Okay, but I don't know why people decided to try her, because this how they was coming too. Now, Rihanna, why you had to call your son fine?
But and see, this is what I don't like about social media.
Let me read these comments, and then we're gonna talk about it. Riri, no, you had other words to use, like handsome, adorable, a cutie pie. You know, I don't know, something other than fine. Then somebody else said, y'all changed the definition of fine and made it weird. Fine literally means good looking, handsome. She doesn't want to date her son. Let's use our brains. She didn't call this baby sexy, hot, etc. She said fine. Not Rihanna calling her son fine. Y'all are complaining about Rihanna calling her child fine. Heavy on her child. Y'all the ones making it weird. You don't like it. What exactly is it going to change or stop? If it's your child and you feel that way, then fine. But that's her kid. And then somebody else said, y'all only defending her because she's Rihanna. Calling your child fine is weird. I don't care. I'm not saying she got to be canceled, but it's weird. And y'all are eating for real. Me watching Rihanna call her son fine. Rihanna is one of those, my son's so fine, boy moms. Gross. I'm disappointed. So what do you feel? Because Sin, you have a son. So how do you feel about the fine situation?
Okay, so that's like back in the days, and I know you probably heard your grandma and mama, that's a fine little boy. When they're first born, their babies, and they say that's a fine little boy, they don't mean it in fine like that. They're meaning in he's a fine young man, meaning health wise. And see, new age people, that's not how they receive that. People of my age, I understood exactly what she meant by that, and she didn't mean it the way they perceived it as, oh, he fine. No. When you say that's a fine little boy, that means health wise. That's a fine little boy. Have you heard that from older, like your grandmother back in the days? Have you ever heard that saying?
I have heard mothers, women my age, call their babies fine. I didn't think anything. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that people were weird. I was like, there's really something wrong with people now, like to think that because she said her son is fine, and you equated that to something sexual or whatever in your mind.
Exactly. See, that's not how she meant it. She meant it as in they say that's a fine little boy. To meaning, oh, he's a big, strong looking little boy. Like you can tell he came out healthy. He's he's not skinny. He's you know what I'm saying? He's a fine little boy. That's how those older people character. That's how they described it back in the days. And that's what I got.
I've heard people call male children fine because it's a handsome baby. It's a handsome baby. Exactly. And here's the fact, because all babies, some it take a little longer to grow into what they gonna look like.
That's true. That's true. Because we're gonna keep it real. Every baby that come out is not cute.
That's what I'm saying. It take them a little time to grow into it. And some babies come out and they're just beautiful, right out the womb. They fine. They fine. Just like some girl babies are. She's so beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? So, and then I think like let's be clear. It's not like she was. I don't feel like at any point that the child was being sexualized. But what I do want to say is I do feel like that when a mother is saying that, like a mother with their children, you're supposed to feel like that. It's not like she's saying this about somebody else's child. This is her child, and if she want to feel like he fine, he handsome,
exactly,
whatever she want to feel like, he a king, he a god, whatever a mother wants to feel like about her son, I feel like she's within her right. That's her baby. I don't feel like anybody has anything to do with the goings on of their relationship. You can observe, but that's it.
Yeah, it was actually weird for me for them to even take it there. Now that was weird. If they want to talk about weird, it's weird for y'all mind to go there. That was weird.
We live in a very weird society now, like where people are really like
out of all that she said, the only thing they pulled from that was fine.
Right. And that's sad.
That's sad.
That's sad. That's very, very sad.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get that at all.
I didn't get that either. I didn't get that at all. So I guess, like I said, I'm old school. I knew what it meant and what she meant by it. And that's why she said it, because it went all over their head. The younger generation, they went over their head. The older generation, we understood the assignment.
Yeah, I wasn't in the least bit offended by anything that
exactly.
I wasn't offended at all by anything concerning that. I feel like that's her like, how is she supposed to, like, I don't know. People are weird. I mean, we're in a place where we're told that we're homophobic if you just tell a man that he's a man or a woman that she's a woman, and
yeah,
people can call me cisgendered and things of this nature,
right?
So so it's a very weird climate, but yeah, I didn't feel like that. I feel like and he is a handsome baby. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he is,
So I can see her feeling like that about her baby.
Yeah.
But I just think like, sometimes people, they just be taking things way too far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just my opinion. I feel like they be
trying to be seen with the comments. I think a lot of the time it's the cloud chasing of you wanting your comment. Because see, you got to keep in mind, you have people that not only they're wanting their videos to go viral, but you have people that want their comments to go viral. So they'll say certain things to try to make their comments even stand out to get more likes.
They do,
and I've seen that.
Because they be saying some of just everything. Matter of fact, on a video that I feel like that happened on recently. Did y'all see what state was that in? There was a cop, a black female woman off duty. Did y'all see that?
I vaguely remember.
And she ends up going ahead and helping a man go ahead and transition onto the non-physical. But he had tried to grab her gun, is what it is. It was a rob. Okay, it was some people were trying to rob an apartment building or something, right? And she and then I guess they were attacking the man, right? And so she breaks up the altercation, and then her and the man are talking, and then he goes to try to grab her gun, and she told him, stop. She said, I will K you.
Right.
And he said, well, you're going to have to K me. And so she said, okay, watch this. And then she put pow him. Did y'all see that? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Can I find it real quick?
Oh wow.
But before I do, I just wanted to throw this out here while we was on the whole colorist thing too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because have you heard what's been going on with Claudia?
No, but you can discuss it right while I'm looking for this and tell me about it.
Okay,
But
so
first, did y'all see this? Did you see this right here? Look at this.
Oh wow.
What do you notice?
That he's the only brother. Everyone else is Caucasian.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me about you talking about Claudia Jordan. She was guest co-hosting on the Breakfast Club this week.
So right. So her and Michelle ATLN Brown, they've been going back and forth because she been throwing little shots at her and she threw shots at Gabrielle Union and to call Gabrielle Union a mean girl. And Michelle ATLN, she was like, she called Claudia colorist Claudia because and it's crazy because I hadn't even really I didn't know that Claudia was a colorist until Michelle started pointing things out and pulling up past videos of what Claudia said and the things that she was saying. And it's funny how when people can go back and pull, that's why you got to be careful about when you make it, when you up on a certain level and people will go back and pull things from the internet that you said. I don't care how long it's been, they would come and bring it up, right? So there was a lot of things that she said that made her colorist. And Michelle been pointing them out. So she been trying to fire back and saying the stuff about like this and that, but she haven't denied any of it. Claudia, she have not denied any of it, and she, so much as say that, yeah, okay, so I am, and what?
Inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you notice on her show, look who all on the show. She got Lisa Ray. She has, I think pretty much everybody on the panel is kind of light skinned. If you go back and look
I remember with her, Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox and
oh yeah, Vivica Fox and what's the other one?
Selena was the singer was or
yeah,
wrong?
Yeah, they were, right? and I think she tried to blend she tried to make it like prove people wrong by saying she's not a colorist by throwing them two in the mix. You feel me? But the whole time when she's talking on certain topics, it still comes out. You know what I'm saying? It comes out in the midst of her conversation. She'll say little things that make you know, okay, she's a colorist. And I wasn't aware of that till Michelle started playing different clips and her speaking and saying certain things. And I was like, man, I hadn't really even paid attention until she said that. And I'm like, oh wow. It just goes to show you how when you really pay attention to what people are saying, and then you like, well, dang, she really is a colorist then.
Yeah, that's definitely not cool. And I think they must have wiped that video from the internet. I was trying to find, but my thing with people with people that are like that, that's a self-hate thing. That's a feeling of being inferior. Because I look at that the same way as clear people that are racist. That's why it doesn't bother me the way that it used to, because now I realize like, oh, now I just pity them. It's like, oh no, your racism is because you feel inferior, and as you should. But that's what it boils down to, and that's all. And to me, that's all it is. She probably kept getting her. Men probably kept leaving her for somebody darker.
Yeah.
She because she can't keep one.
That part. You're right. Maybe that's why ain't no telling. But she is definitely that. Allegedly. But yeah. So she called Gabrielle Union a mean girl.
So she a kind. Well, to be fair, Gabrielle is a mean girl.
She is. That's what I was about to say. She
Oh,
was
like we
wasn't
can't
lying
deny
on that. She wasn't lying.
Yeah. Gabrielle Union is a mean girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I like Gabrielle though. I mean, despite her being mean, but she's definitely
I don't like her. I used to, but after I think she really got a mean girl once she married Dwayne Wade. She was already a mean girl, but it's like she's really, really a mean girl now. And I think after she did what was the name of that sitcom she was on? Was all about her.
Was she on the sitcom?
She had her own little show back. She had her own shows called.
No, I did watch that. The Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Right.
Jane.
Once she got that Mary Jane, she started getting big head and stuff. When she got Mary Jane, she really got really mean again. Her hairstylist was complaining on how she would talk to her stylist, and it was just all behind the scenes stuff that she started doing.
Yeah. But I've always liked Gabrielle because she was just beautiful to me.
Mm-hmm.
And a huge thing was like because she was kind of the only one really getting the roles in the non-melanated movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I always liked her because she's a good actress and everything. But I just kind of always thought she was mean because remember Deliver Us from Eva?
Yes. And I love that movie.
I loved it too, but I just thought, and she
oh
did
my
a really
goodness
good job acting in that. But I always thought like it seemed very natural for her.
Speaking of
remember how mean she was?
Yeah. I remember. Speaking of LL Cool J, have you seen the latest with his son coming forth about how LL has blocked him on everything, but he every now and then once he sends him money and stuff like that. He don't really acknowledge him. When I say the man look just like LL Cool J, and so it's been going around. You have to. I think either Neighborhood Talk or Shade Room. One of them had his video up yesterday, and I was watching it, and it may have been even TikTok because he was on TikTok too, and he was saying, he didn't want to bring it to social media. That LL was his father, and I mean he looked just like him too, y'all. And it's crazy because.
Oh, so that means he fine.
He is, and he said
LL is still fine.
You're gonna have to you can research and pull it up when you after you end the
I'm on the Shade Room, so right now
just pull up LL Cool J son speaks out. Google that and see what videos pop up. It should be one pop up on TikTok where he's talking, and he said that LL done blocked him. He said LL blocked him on all the social sites and stuff like that. But LL sends him money every now and then. He's throughout his life he gets money from LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? But he don't acknowledge him on social media or nothing like that.
It is because it's
you see him.
No, he didn't put on the hat. Baby.
Then he look just like him.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Let's share your screen.
Hold on. I'm finished. I'm coming. Let me get over here. Can't get it up. Can't add it to the screen.
Yes. Don't he look just like him?
Hold on. Let me get some sound for us, y'all.
Yeah. Unmute it.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Wait till you get through. Pull one up with him talking.
Can I tell? Since I'm gonna tell my father, I've been trying to reach him for years. Boy, is this for real?
This is not. Yeah, this is for real. This is not the one I'm talking about. It's one where he's talking.
This is from 2021. Yeah, let
that's
me see.
okay. Go to the next one over.
Go.
That's it right there.
I got it.
Now, at the age that I am, it made me sign. It takes a lot of courage for me to be able to talk about this now. At the age that I am, it made me sign paperwork. They didn't want it to go public since probably around COVID. They wanted to silence me. Ever since my mother really told me the truth, I feel like it should be public. I need to just get this off my chest. I want to give thanks to you too, man. James Todd Smith. That's what I know him as. Father, great man. But many of you probably know him as LL Cool J. Blocked me from all social medias. I tried to take trips to see him. Him, his beautiful wife, siblings, brothers and sisters. I never knew why I wanted to make music, why I wanted to be an actor, or I wanted to be these things. Turns out my father is LL Cool J. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. He'll send me money every now and then, probably $200 a month. But it ain't about the money.
200.
Bless me with the charm.
What Tia said that people was
charisma. I really didn't want to take it here and have the blogs blow it up or nothing like that. Since he blocked my number, I haven't heard much from him. I feel like this is how I'll be able to reach out to him. That's my truths. Let me know, Dad. Stay smooth.
okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Now,
so Tia said people were saying it was a joke. I don't think it's a joke, Tia. I think that's what they want people to think, that it's a joke, because when LL is part of the elites too. Then y'all, let's not get that twisted. LL is also part of the elites. Okay.
Let me say this. He could very well be his son, but I'm gonna just say the vibe that I got watching this right now was like, I don't know, because I can't see LL. If that was his son, I can't see him only sending him $200 a month, or like that right there threw me off. Also, blocking him and all of that, like, I mean, it could happen, but this is giving me, have you seen the girl that's saying she's Aaliyah's daughter? Oh, okay. Yeah, that video was posted by Shar07.
Yeah, I haven't seen the one by Aaliyah, but the reason,
hold on, let me pull her up too. Because
it's funny that all of them. It's funny you saying Aaliyah. So we had Jay-Z first, and then we have LL, and then because we had son of Jay-Z that's supposed to came forth too, and now you saying Aaliyah, and it's funny that back then, and remember they said Janet had one too back then. Remember Janet Jackson? They said her and James DeBarge. I mean, DeBarge. Which one of the DeBarge that she married? Was it James? One of them. That they had a child together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
he do look like him. He look just like LL.
He does look like him, but it's still.
I'm talking about the nose tell it all.
Yeah, but on some level, he also look older than him, because LL still look real.
LL is in his fit. LL is 55.
Yeah, he's 55 and fine as hell.
He fine as hell. Be 55.
His wife is blessed. Now, okay, so listen, y'all. I didn't know you ain't know about this. So let me put y'all up on, because this has been all over the internet, y'all. So this young lady has been.
Yeah, I'm finna close my laptop if you say this supposed to be a little dog. I'm finna shut it down. I'm finna shut it down. I'm finna close. I'm finna slam this. I'm finna slam this laptop down.
This is a crazy story. So, first of all, shout out to here's the deal. Cause I'm watching Sean's show the other day, and he say that he gonna have on Aaliyah's daughter, alleged daughter, and baby, it was Miss Ma'am. And I'm gonna play this TikTok, y'all. We're gonna play this TikTok because we need to hear this. Let me start it over because it's like, okay, we gonna listen.
Name is Love. Okay, y'all. My name is Love. My given name. I am the daughter of Aaliyah Houghton and Robert Kelly, R. Kelly, and I just want to tell my truth and also tell my mother's truth because I feel like it's time and it's needed. I feel that I went through so many things as far as keeping this identity and then living with different family members that was there to, the industry. You guys know how it can get. And I just want the world to know that the best part of me, and I am also an extension of my mother, Aaliyah Houghton. I been shipped around or constantly as far as when I was younger because of who my father was and what he did to her and also many other little girls around the world, but other little girls. And I was aware of both of them at one point in my life. As far as my dad, I don't want to call him my dad because he wasn't there. When his trial happened, he abandoned me with somebody else to take care of me, and especially after my mom died. I'll go into further details. I just want the world to know that she is my mother, and I don't really want people to know he's my dad, but unfortunately, he's a part of my half of me being here, but I just want the world to know. I feel like people need to understand how much she endured as a woman and how much she went through and carrying a whole child here and have to not be a part of her child's life because of some people she knew that was grimy or slime, essentially. And I want to show you guys a picture of us when we was younger and my grandma, and also here. I'll come into details because I held it in for so long that it was hard to talk about because essentially I thought I was going to get in trouble for so long. And this is me with my mom and my grandma. I'll get some more details. I am just
so
Tia, I came with you, Tia.
See what I'm saying? No, ma'am. Now,
but on the cool, y'all, she do. If you take out the dark skin, y'all, look at that gap in her mouth. She do kind of favor Aaliyah, y'all. I'm just
no, ma'am. I'm gonna completely disregard that. Now, what I do want to say is because I don't have no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Here's the thing. I really do believe that this baby is suffering from mental illness, and so I'm praying for her to get the help that she needs. But I did, like I said, I seen this on Sean Davy Way's show. She came onto his live.
Okay, put Aaliyah picture up beside her.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Here's the thing. So when she came on his show live, and of course, people was going haywire in the comments, and all the whole time that I'm listening to her talk, I just feel like, that she's probably suffering from a mental illness. And then the reason that I fully believe that is because she was asking for Jaguar right. And so allegedly what's going on now is that they did all these cash apps and asking people for funds to get her from up here in Michigan. And so allegedly since I want to say Thursday, because yesterday was Friday, right? That they were sending cash apps to Jaguar Wright on her behalf, allegedly for them to get her to safety and all of this stuff. Now, I will believe it when there's a DNA test, but based off of just this, no, I don't even partly believe that that's Aaliyah's child at all. She does.
So how did she say she became, just say per se, an orphan then? Because at this point now we're talking, what she's saying is, okay, so Leah and R. Kelly Leah had her. So apparently she was given up for adoption or something. Maybe got lost in the system.
That is what she has said. But also wanted to be known that her alleged family members and things of that nature have come out. What she calls
Aaliyah's.
No. Her what? That's what I was gonna say. Her what she calls her adopted family. Have come out and said that her actual real mother just passed, and that they feel like this is how her way of trying to deal with it or something. But she did go into detail saying that saying that basically she used to, that R. Kelly, and according to her, that R. Kelly and Aaliyah both would come and see her as a baby and stuff, and that she didn't know what happened. She just knew that one day, her mom stopped visiting her and all of this stuff. But here's the thing. The R. Kelly and Aaliyah thing was in 93, 94 type of situation, and the math is just not mathing.
And then so while we're speaking on the who kids is who, so why last week allegedly they're saying that Blue Ivy is not Jay-Z's?
I mean, good luck with that.
Did you see that? Did you see the driver? Their ex-driver have been exposing some things, right? And so
I didn't see that.
So he came out and that was one of the exposures. He said that Blue Ivy
was at the guy, and he was saying that
and that's on TikTok. He was on TikTok saying that too. And
let me see. Let me see. Can we keep talking?
Yeah, he was on there too, and he's been exposing a lot. He even brought up the Aaliyah situation, and he brought up Foxy Brown because I know if you can remember Jay-Z and Foxy Brown, and it's messed up how he did her.
Oh, Uncle Ron said it.
Yep, that was the driver.
Okay,
the ex-driver, the ex-bodyguard. Yep, that's him.
Hold on, I got him. Hold on, let me get back over here and add it. Him.
That's him. That's him.
Hold on, let me start it back, y'all, and get us off.
Is not Jay-Z's child. Ty Smith is. It was a financial arrangement, and it worked out for
them. That's what he said.
Now,
but he broke it down on another video. If you can find it, where he broke down. I'm talking about he really been exposing a lot.
Oh yeah, I have actually not now. I have watched. I I have watched Uncle Ron. Here's a longer one, y'all.
First of all, we're not talking negative about a child.
But let me just say this. Now, at first I was believing things that he said, but I did see this, and I'm gonna say something. Blue Ivy, which is
looks just like
he looks
Jay-Z.
exactly like Jay-Z.
Yeah, that's definitely his seed.
She definitely looks exactly like Beyonce.
Now
Blue Ivy looks exactly like Beyonce, and she looks exactly like Jay-Z.
She does look like both of them.
It literally depends on what angle you get her.
Yep.
I was actually looking at a video. Remember when from Beyonce's first solo album when she did the Baby Boy song.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like just looking at it, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's like Blue literally has.
She's a beautiful little girl. I think that she's a beautiful little girl.
Blue gonna be bad.
She is, and she speaks different languages, and that's what I love about her. They taught her that at an early age, and that's what I love about her. Yeah, they already have branded her.
But let's hear what Uncle Ron. Let's hear what Uncle
what
Ron
he had to say.
But because some things, but this, I'm gonna call a no on that. But we're gonna listen though. y'all.
Child, we're just sharing facts. See, me being on the scene, I'm only telling my side of the story. I'm telling what I know. See, you as a fan, you are a financial accounting number. You are a decimal in this industry. This child knows who she is. She understands the arrangement of her singing, of her existence, of her being. She will be well taken care of if anything were to happen to her parents. She knows who her father is. She knows who her mother is, because at the end of the day, their names are on that piece of paper that states they are the parents. Of course, you say, Uncle Ron, she's their twin. She looks exactly like him. What you're saying is a lie. No. You have family members that are in your family right now that look exactly like other family members and have no direct blood. As a fan, you will never accept truth. You will never know everything that goes on in the industry. To become that power, that billionaire, that fame, that fortune, of course there's a price. There are sacrifices made. But it's an institution. Please, open your eyes. And if those who choose not to open your eyes, that's fine and good. But you will forever be a fan. And I'm going to explain what your fan, what your place as a fan is. You are a financial accounting number. And I will tell you, the industry gets paid off you buying the records. Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come in the light. Keep your threats up. I'm here today, and what I got to say, I'm gonna say it. So don't make idle threats to me. Cause see, I ain't out of you.
So
Yeah. Okay. That's three different conversations in one.
well, it is, and that's okay. Because I actually have been I actually watched a couple of videos with him, and in fact, I think he got let me see, Uncle Ron attack. Let's see if that comes on.
It's funny that he brought that up about, he said allegedly, well, ain't no allegedly because y'all heard him say, he said that Blue Ivy, she understands, she knows who her father is, and she knows who her mother is. That's what he said. She knows, she understands that it's a business arrangement. What do you think about that? How true do you think that that's, what do he mean when he says she understands? Do you think that it's on some, like, because she's very, very smart. She's very smart. Do you think that it's on some, well, I know who I am and I'm playing my role as this little girl? Or do you think it's just all made up? And
listen, for this particular situation, because I've listened, like I said, I have looked into Uncle Ron. I was actually going to do a story about him, and then it was things like that was like, listen, but here's the thing: is it possible that something like that could happen? Absolutely, anything is possible. Do I believe that I'm not a fan? I don't consider myself a fan because I ain't buying shit. So
I'm not a fan of
nobody's financial accountant number.
Right, because and I agree with him on that part.
But I mean, so I do think there are a lot of things that go on in Hollywood that we will never know about. So, but as far as Blue Ivy, I think that for that one, it's a hard no for me on that. There's undeniable. Excuse me. She looks exactly like Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, when Blue Ivy was a baby, she looked just like. Matter of fact, you didn't even see Beyonce in Blue until Blue got older. Mm-hmm. Started getting and I mean out of the toddler years. Yeah. Because basically from birth in them toddler years, she looked exactly like mini Jay-Z, and she still, she still looks like him, mm-hmm. but she looks like them perfectly mixed together. So for that, I'm gonna say no on that. Now he has said some other things that kind of was like, that could be true. I could see how that could be true. But Uncle Ron also said that Puffy, Love, tried to hire him to assassinate Biggie.
So he just basically doing like Jaguar, right? And it's supposed to be going, just now he's just unloading the clip and just exposing everybody.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Jaguar, right? Again, that's just like the girl with I think that's the complete wrong situation for her. I find it amazing that people actually donated money to that because they know they have to know that it's just a money grab and a total.
Don't give me the back laughing at that, girl.
No, they have. I mean, it's been a whole thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, saying that saying that she's a Leah's artist. So I mean, I be think it's hard to tell with some of these people when they're exposing things. Because I'm gonna be honest, just like Orlando Brown, he says a lot of things that people think is like crazy or whatever, and try to deduce.
No, his stuff is true. Now a lot of his stuff is fact.
I'm like I totally be
like,
okay,
especially with who the cloning from. I mean, I'm talking about it's a lot of.
Let's talk about that. So, do you believe that?
Absolutely.
Do you believe
absolutely.
Me too. Absolutely. I think it's crazy that people don't think that. I'm like, don't y'all know that? And I think because a lot of people don't know a lot about the occult, like in Satanist. But one of the things, very true, about Satanists is that they have to, because they do believe in karma, and so one of the things that they do believe in is that if they tell you flat out what they're doing or going to do, then that they don't receive the karma of doing less than stellar actions. And so I think like a lot of stuff is always put in our face. I remember in the 90s when they were putting the clone sheep Dolly. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking back then, as soon as I saw that sheep, I was like, oh, so they must. I was thinking like when I saw that on the news, I remember thinking, oh, so they're already cloning people.
Yeah, so
and I will be wondering, are there people that are clones and we just don't know because we don't know?
That's what I was about to say. There are.
We don't know what to look for.
Right, and so I'm gonna give you an example because I just saw this like maybe a week ago, and I can't even remember her name, but I'll think of it after a while.
Janelle Monáe.
And I'm sending it to you. I can't think of.
Was it Janelle Monáe, a singer that said she had clones?
Yes, she said she has 4.
Janelle Monáe.
Right, and I can believe that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because just like she said, and she even went into details about her clone. She said, I have a clone for when I go over here, do this. I have a clone for when I do this. I have a clone for when I do that. I have a clone for when I do this. She's basically letting letting everybody know. Yeah, I can't be at all these places at one time. So where I can't, there you go. That's her.
I, have another clone for acting. I'm not going to tell you if it's me or not, or what the name is.
They're making music right now, right?
Yeah, they're in the studio right now. Yeah. And I just feel so humbled and just super, super blessed to be able to be doing anything, and doing something like this. It's like you don't take it lightly. Yeah.
Do you have a clone yet, Daniel?
Maybe. They are. They're not as useful as Janelle's clone.
Your eyes are not as blue as they were yesterday.
Yeah, it's like they have, but that might be something else.
See, yeah, and I understood when she said it. I understood exactly what she meant, and that's coming back to where they're allegedly saying that Gucci Mane is a clone. They said Kodak Black is a clone.
Kevin Hart.
I can just go on. The list goes on and on.
Actually, it's a brother on YouTube called Call Me Kinfolk. And he did a video a couple months ago about Kevin Hart being a clone. Kevin Hart actually said it in the they did a whole like episode of it on the revised Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And certain people were saying, oh well, that it was a TV show, and it's because a lot of people still don't understand how things work, and it's like, no, they have to tell you. That's what they do. They tell us a lot of stuff right in plain sight, and they count on you not believing it, right? And they make a joke out of it and things like that. But Yeah. So
And it's funny you said that about Kevin Hart because do you remember when
hold
he
on, let me
also
pull this up because it's hold on, let me see because I think this is only like 25.
Kevin Hart made a statement one time about them asking him to go up into to the moon, remember? Do you remember this during COVID when he was invited to take the spaceship up to the moon?
Oh, it's not showing. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought
I have a claim. I was gonna say that. There's two of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay, it's about a good three of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. I'm cloned. I'm cloned.
so. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is all during the time when he was invited to go up in the spaceship, and he said they invited him up, on the spaceship, and he told them no. But now looking back on it, that's how they cloned him. They took him. He went. He said he didn't. He wasn't going to go, but I think that he did go, and all this is coming out now because it seemed like during this time when he was supposedly invited, he came back and now he hollering about he's a clone.
How did I get there? Hold on. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear him talking. Hold on. Let me see about this one.
Plan for this to happen to him.
Oh, good.
Right? Ritual also equals 45. So now you see reverse full reductions.
Attack of the Clones. Part 4.
Hold on. So this is actually. Can you see this? Hold on.
Yeah.
I can't see. Okay. So this is actually somebody took a clip of Call Me Kinfolk's YouTube video. That's what this is, but he actually was breaking it down with gematria.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know what gematria it is.
Yeah, I know. Because they brought that up when Dolph was killed. Every time, even with Mo 3, anytime someone gets killed, they bring that up.
Kinfolk did do a video actually on Mo 3
Yep.
and Young Dolph.
Yep.
But for everybody who doesn't know, gematria is just turning
numbers
letters into numbers.
Yeah.
So just like A would be 1, A all the way through Z, and each letter is assigned a number. So A, it would be 1 all the way to Z would be 26, right? And
Green,
then,
we can't be talking all over people's heads because everybody don't understand that.
Well, that's why I'm explaining.
Break it down.
That's why I'm explaining exactly what it is. And so that's the full reduction when you go from A to Z, 1 through 26 letters, right? Each letter has a number. And then the reverse is when it is and when it's with Z would then be 1, and then A will be 26. It's just the reverse. And so but gematria is like, and a lot of people be wanting to have a problem with it, but it's like, well, you can't deny it because gematria, this is not them just making this up. Gematria is actually a thing that has been around forever. It is utilized, and if you don't know about it, you just have to look into it yourself. Maybe I'll do a video about it, breaking it down for people. But but this is actually a clip from like I said, he's on YouTube, just Call Me Kinfolk. And he does gematria. And the reason why I say just Call Me Kinfolk, because he does it about our people. It happens for all colors. That doesn't matter, but I'm just saying he brings attention to it in our community. So, so let's here we go with Kevin Hart in the clone.
That happened to him, right? Ritual also equals 45. So now you see reverse full reduction. So if I just told you ABC equals 1, 2, 3. The same concept, only Z is now 1, so on and so forth. That's how you get reverse full reduction, right? Ritual, the same thing. Ritual, which equals 81, and car accident equals 81 in English ordinal. ABC 1, 2, 3, exactly like that, all the way to the 26th letter of the alphabet. And that's literally how you get these numbers right here. When you add up the numerical value of these letters, C being 3, A being 1, so on and so forth. That's how you get this stuff. It's that simple. And we getting the same connections, different cipher. Ritual equals 81 along with the car accident that he was involved with. This was a ritual to get him up out of here. Now, I don't know what Kevin Hart did behind closed doors. I don't know what he said no to, because they could have easily just replaced him without saying anything. But they put him in this car accident, and then he's been different ever since. And they even gave you the code words. I feel like it's been a resurrection after the car accident. A new me, a new Kevin. It's a reason why they did this in front of you, because they could have easily just cloned him and not said anything. It's a reason behind everything that they do. But come on, 81, right? Ritual and car accident, right? He got in a car accident in Calabasas, California, which also equals 81 in reverse full reduction. Oh, he also got in a car accident 8 weeks and 1 day after his birthday, the year that he got into the car crash. So see, this is the same formula every single time, and it never fails. And this is according to the satanic. I can't show this PDF file. It'll get the video removed. But it's a PDF called the Satanic Cult Awareness. And it even mentions that everything that revolves around these people that are tied into the occult revolves around their birthday. It's something very special about your birthday, and they connect it with your death day. And that's how they do all these sacrifices. All these rituals revolves around the member's birthday. So everything that happens to these people, look at their birthday and look at the day that it happens. It's always connected. And we have 8 weeks and 1 day to the car crash in Calabasas, which equals 81. The ritual, 81. 8 plus 1 equals 9. The number of completion. That's why Kevin's talking about he's this new Kevin now, because that Kevin, the real Kevin, is gone. The number 9, the number of completion, the new cycle, a cycle of this new Kevin that they brought in. Kevin making too much money for these elites. It ain't time to remove him just yet. Completely. Oh, would you look at that? He even got into the car accident on 81 date numerology. Now also with his birthday, he got into the car crash 1 month, 3 weeks, and 5 days after his birthday, just like Kevin Hart equals 135 in reverse ordinal. Now reverse ordinal is the same thing as English. Only thing, Z is 1, Y is 2, all the way till you get to A, which equals 26 in this cipher. And you take these letters, you add the letters up. That's all we doing. And you get 135, just like how he got in a car crash 1 month, 3 weeks, and 5 days after his birthday. What's the odds of that? Right? Now he got in a car accident in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. Now, if we break down that number 277, we get the number 59. Just like how this car, this Plymouth Barracuda, was involved in an accident in Calabasas, which equals 59 in English ordinal. And here we have English Sumerian. Now, English Sumerian is a very ancient cipher that the Sumerians use. The only difference is with Sumerian, they bringing in with the English, but actual Sumerian,
that's actually he actually did a excellent job. He actually did an excellent job in breakdown. Shout out to Kinfolk. That was not his TikTok. Somebody just took a cut out some of his video.
His content.
Yeah. But yeah, he did a really great breakdown on that. And a lot of people, that's why when I be telling people, like, I don't believe in coincidences. There's no such thing as a coincidence.
Nope.
There's no such thing as a coincidence. And when people try to discredit gematria, I'm like, well, make it make sense. If he was wrong, like even how we just watched that with the Kevin Hart thing, right?
Yep.
Look at all of those numbers. There's no way.
There's no way that could be a coincidence. And somebody broke down Takeoff the same way.
Yeah. It was probably Call Me Kim. Call Me Kim Folk is the only one that I know that.
Yeah, it might have been him, but somebody broke it down the same way, and it's crazy because you be like, wow, like even with 3, it was the same way.
Yeah, he did a video on Mo 3 last year, a couple months back. And it was really good because I was like, wow. But you know, that's the thing. Like, it's all in front of us. It's just that you know, they intend for us to not know, and they call stuff conspiracies, but you know how I feel about that. Well, mostly everything that they have called a conspiracy has turned out to be true.
Turned out to be true, just like with what's going on in Ohio with the train derail. And that's I was actually watching that movie before you went live, that movie Noise. And it's based out in Ohio, where it's going on right now. How ironic is that?
A movie called Noise?
Yes, in Real Street News, he did a video on it, and while he was doing his live, Sherry, she lives in Ohio, and it was literally, she said it's not far from her house where it happened at. And as she was telling us about it, and then she was telling us about the movie, that the movie is called White Noise, and it's based out of Ohio, and it's the same thing happened. And that's what made me go to watch it today, because I said, now, if talk about them putting stuff in our face, it's the same way with the Simpsons show. That, you know, the Simpsons, they always predicting stuff, but everything that they predict always come true. They put it in our face, like you said.
And it's like at that point, you could choose to believe. The way I look at it is, you could choose to believe that things are
conspiracy theories if you want to,
but there's no coincidence.
There's not.
Yeah, and you have to remember that we were indoctrinated, not educated. So they count on you not thinking for yourself.
That's true.
Yeah, they do. They count on that. That's why they put stuff right in front of our face. Just like with this whole thing with the unidentified flying objects, which we were just talking about on your channel the other day. You know, like I guess for some people
they put it right there.
Yeah, but it's like that stuff that they're shooting down. Let's be clear; those are not those are their stuff. That's their stuff. That's their own stuff that they've created to create chaos,
exactly,
and fear for the masses. But because let's be clear, the actual spaceships that actually be coming here, they can't even fuck with. They can't shoot them down. They don't have nothing to go up against them.
And let's really talk about it. If we really want to go deep with it, space is not even in the air; it's in the sea.
Water.
So that's why all this is going on in the deep blue sea.
They don't know about maritime, though.
Yeah.
You know, and maritime laws and things like that. And this is I mean, it does go deep, because this is why a lot of people, like even now, they try to attack a lot of people saying that oh well, the stuff they're studying is demonic. It's like, no, they count on you to not know about these things. And that's why you believe that things are demonic, and that's why they're gonna have you looking up when all along should have been looking down. That's why get so many places in the water that they're not even allowed to go.
Well, I can tell you this. I remember when NASA did, and then it was another guy who he's no longer with NASA, but he kind of like did some exposing, right? And he was like, when the first time they went, went down there because NASA was invented to go in the sea, not up to the space, not up space. It was not, it wasn't created for that. NASA was created to go into the sea to discover what was going on within the deep blue sea. Well, one of the men who exposed everything, he said after the fourth time that they went down there, they didn't go back. Then they haven't been back. They've been going up to the supposedly now up in the sky ever since. Let them tell it. That's where the outer space is.
No, that's what they've been. That's what they've been telling.
That's what they've been telling us all along. It's really in the sea. And if you think about it, even when they dress up in the uniform to go in space, how does it look when they have to have the oxygen tank? It's the same way they have to do when they're going into the sea. Like, duh, like that. Come on now.
But but a lot of people, they're definitely not ready for conversations.
They're not ready for these type of conversations. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Just like the one guy, I seen a video a couple weeks ago, and he was with the government, whatever, and they went down so far deep down into the sea that it was hitting
an ocean, another ocean.
Yeah,
I saw that.
But they couldn't get through it. You saw that too?
Yep. And every time they tried to go in it, they bounced back off it, and the ripple would show in the water.
In the water.
Yes.
Yep. Now, and did you notice how that guy is in?
He died.
Yep.
Yeah, he's dead.
To the non-physical. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he died.
So I was like, you know what? I was like, and every time the people try to tell us what's going on, that's what happened.
But that's what I was talking about with the Blue Beam project the other day when I was talking on that, the project Blue Beam. That's what happened to that man too. They, unalived him too when he exposed what was going on, and how ironic that here we are, and then they up here shooting stuff down in the sky, and that man had already predicted. But what did they do? Lo and behold, he ain't here no more. Like you said, every time somebody come out and try to enlighten us on what's going on, then something ironically happens to them. Same way with Dr. Sebi. Like I was saying the other night too, it's the same thing. They, seem to ironically something happens.
Transition to the non-physical.
Yeah.
Yep. What was that, man? There was a guy. He was like a TikToker, and
I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Where he had the thing of the giant
exposing.
The giant. Yep. And then next thing nobody knows where he is.
Nobody know where he is. He done disappeared. Mm-hmm.
To this day.
They don't know where he is.
That's
they don't
why,
know what happened to that man.
When you do catch something on camera, you gotta don't try to be.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, you want to share with the people that you trust, because a lot of times dumb people come I don't know.
Up missing. Mm-hmm. Don't see him no more.
Yeah, but this whole thing with the objects that they have put up there, that's all been a big distraction, because and people are saying, oh, they released the list, they released the Epstein list, they released the flight logs. No, I want to see I'll believe when they release the real, right, of letting you exactly know.
They did in the court, but we didn't see it, and they hid it from us. That's the reason why they didn't even allow the camera to be in court on certain days. If you can go back and even the cameras weren't permitted in court.
Yeah, they do that a lot, just like they did with the whole word we're not even allowed to say. But with the pandemic,
Mhm.
were in trials for that in December.
Exactly. That's the reason why
And
they
nobody was
did the
paying
COVID
attention.
shut. That's why they did the shutdown to keep
For
us
the
in the
pandemic.
house the whole time. They were in Supreme Court.
No, not during the pandemic. No, this is just now, just in December 2022, where they actually were in court for the vaccine and everything.
Well, they were in court then too.
I mean, but for what? When I'm saying when the pandemic was going on, what were they
When
in
the
court?
pandemic was going on, they were in court. They were in court as well. They were in court for I forget what it was, but if you go back and I can pull it up, I'll pull it up and send it to you in some of the court documents, because they were in court back in 2020 also in the Supreme Court. You go back and pull it up.
Yeah,
They
see,
were in court
I
in
don't know
2020.
about
I'm
that.
talking about a lot of the elites. They were in court. And I said, wow. As a matter of fact, the exact same date that they shut us down.
Okay, but you're talking what you're talking about and what I'm talking about is different. So
Right, it's different. It's different. But what I'm saying is just goes to show you how they use their power to try to throw us off and use these shutdowns and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? In reality, that's a distraction.
So what you were talking about is that during the pandemic that a lot of celebrities were being placed under arrest and in court for allegedly
the pedophile
abuse
stuff.
Of the children. And what I'm talking about though in 2022 is that Dr. Fauci, all of the head people over
and Bill Gates, wasn't it? Wasn't he in it?
I don't know that he was. I didn't see that.
I think he was. I know what you're talking about now. This was recent.
I didn't see him in court. I didn't see anything about him in court in December. But I do know Dr. Fauci and everybody else that was at the top of pushing the vaccinations. They were all in court in December of 2022, and admitting to the fact that they didn't know what was in it. They don't know the effects that it's having on people and all this. And then you see a lot of these people that had in fact been vaccinated that
having heart attacks and just dropping
and becoming deceased and so it's a lot.
Like Hamlin, football player that collapsed on the field.
And he's very, very young.
Yeah.
So, and they force people to get that. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's been 3 hours.
Woo,
I definitely was, but that's how it is. Time flies when you're having fun. This is
I'm telling you. Yes. Well, I'm going to go ahead and drop down and let you finish. I enjoyed the conversation. This was a great, great, great show. And you're definitely going to have to get back on it.
Yes. I think I needed to do this live, and it was nice and long. So I think that'll, I'll be able to get on more now. And and because I'm going to get off because my cats are about to fight.
All right then, Sissy Pooh. Talk to you later.
All right. Thank you, love. Shalom. Thank you guys for coming and kicking it with me this evening. I look forward to more lives. And for everyone watching the replay, thank you. I appreciate you as well. For all of those of you that can, please share my videos, and share. And even if you can't share, a like does wonders. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you all. Sending you love, light, and blessings. It's Dream Live Shine, and I'm out. Dream Live Shine is in the building, y'all. We sprinkling pixie dust everywhere. Y'all ready for this?
shine in the process.